Good day, whoever this may concern. The following report recounts the events and reflections upon the group project of Group 10, also known as Not So Friendly Whale. The events took place at future games located within Skellefteå. The report is told from the perspective of subject Patrick Mall, also known as that weird guy who will not stop screeching. Please keep in mind that the subjects seem to have lost their sanity. It is unclear if they were always like this or if this project drove him to this state. Roll the tape.
So, how did our first game project fare? Well, first we started off pretty ambitious, which was a great mistake! Yes, as it turns out, the things we as designers asked of our programmers was simply not achievable with the time that we had. Through some miscommunication, it came to light after our first week that we would not have time to craft a dog and a cat together like Frankenstein's personal pet. And so we moved on to a more simple idea. Animal friends and unlockable characters that were able to do different things. Again, we settled on 2, since we spent a whole lot of time figuring out Source Tree and Bitbucket, as well as Jira. In the end, we had probably ended up with less time than we initially thought we would have. In retrospect, we should probably have discussed more with the programmers to determine exactly what they were capable of. We were optimistic fools, and I blame Joel for that. Not for any valid reason, it just feels better that way. You hear that, Joel? I don't care how you grade me, Joel. The truth will come out, Joel! Jet fuel can't melt steel beams, Joel! Anyway, when it came to delegating tasks, I felt like the group evaluated me and my talents correctly, as the funny haha man who makes the goofy noises and makes pretty things. While I did help out quite a bit with the design process, I mainly made this noise. Also this one. And this one too. That last one is unrelated to the project though. Other than that, I created some assets, designed a level, created the menus which mostly functioned. I had my sticky little paws in everything. Heck, I even comforted the programmers when their eldritch witchcraft of a profession made no sense. Which does bring me to the rest of the team. While there was some strife within our members at times, I feel like compared to other groups, things went very smoothly. I mean, yes, there were times where I felt that I wanted to fill the project managers' apartments with stray Lego pieces and lace their toothbrushes with purple food coloring, but they actually did a fantastic job of managing the time estimation and adapting it as we went along. And the programmers? What champs! They worked with us and helped us every step of the way. Despite the problems that showed up, I always felt like we pivoted correctly and managed to keep on track. Until the final day, that is. Then that's where all hell broke loose and a bunch of problems showed up. Luckily, through sheer panic and various energy drinks, we managed to patch it all together. We handled all problems quite well given the time and the scope of the project. In the end, we ended up with a functioning product. The hard part for us designers was realizing that features that were fun and interesting had to be taken out to the back and shot. In their place, we got a game. We made a game! Nothing too exciting, not like Barbie Magic Genie Adventure for the Game Boy Color. Mwah! Now there's a game! We did not take much risks at all. And while that may have been a bit underwhelming, I don't think anyone in group regrets it. We went from one meaning of the words sticky friends to a completely different one. From the characters literally sticking together, to just sticking together metaphorically through friendship, to eventually just being assaulted by witch brew. So much knowledge was gained through this project, despite us not crashing and burning, as our teachers foretold. Nay, we triumphantly settled for mediocrity. Wait, that doesn't... So, what does this all add up to? What did I learn? Number 1. Know your team and their capabilities. It will save you time and help you set the scope. Number 2. Make sure everyone is on the same page. It is better to spend a bit more time talking about what you're making to make sure that your team members knows what the vision is before they spend a bunch of time making something that is not that. Number 3! Do not use a template for the game document. It just makes the process confusing, and make sure everyone understands its purpose and importance. Number 4. Stock up on whatever liquid sustains you. Number 5. Start small and grow from there, rather than starting big and cutting down. While the second one may be inevitable in some cases, for your own sanity, I recommend aiming for the first one. And number 6. Don't be afraid to lean into your talents, and that goes for the whole team. Every team member brings their own charm to the project, and it will be better for it if you let them. And that's the long and short of it. Hope you enjoyed this report and learned from my point of view. Thank you, and have a good time of day.